not only in English language teaching in general, where you ask students, you teach a lesson, then you ask them how would like, I mean, how they are interested in the assessment part, or they need to write a test, or they are interested. Maybe have a discussion, group discussion about their assessment pattern. Contextualize how and how this knowledge is going to help them to understand their needs, the social needs, personal and professional needs. All these things are very important. Now, there are some challenges here also, like students. When we look at the students, uh, today in the world, we are presenting very wrong models to students. So we are presenting maybe 0.0000000.1% of people who have made it big in the world, big names, whoever is the CEO of Microsoft, or or any other company, taking crores of salary over a month, and that is a kind of wrong models presented to our students. So anyone who is not reaching there is a failure. No one is there to tell us that there is, here comes an engineer who is an IIT graduate, or from Anna University or NIT Trichy. He graduated and he is having a goat farm in remote areas of Tirunelveli district, and he is very successful. He has made a great living. Nobody is interested in listening to his story, because our models are different. We are running after different models. So the expectations thrust on our students is also very high. It is unachievable. How many of us can go to that level in life? So the potential requirement for becoming successful in one's own life, the kind of target given to the students, all are wrong targets. If you teach them, if you, wherever you are, you should be the best. Even if you are making shoes, if you can make best shoes, if you are a cobbler, if you can be best in that. If you are selling some snacks in the evening at a coffee shop, you have a good tea shop where people come and have a good modeling on. Are they not doing hard? Students ask me, I had a lecture with 80 students, professor, should
time. Learning doesn't take place of hard work. You'll be the best language. That too. So we need to put and in the society. You know, your identity, your
intelligent. You are very hardworking, but you come from a society where there is no one to lift you. Know their learning needs. If I'm a student, I should know what are my learning needs, where I'm weak, what are my strengths, what are my weak areas. Am I good in writing English? If I'm good in writing, why I'm not able to speak? So should I give more importance to learn to speak, practice speaking? These are the things needed for a student to understand. So once he learns that, or once she learns that, they will be able to learn for themselves. Open to new ideas and being flexible. This is also another important thing. We Indians are not flexible. We learn few things from our society. Our society, you know, your religious superiority. All this, a student comes with a lot of loaded with a lot of confusing ideas, and with this kind of a confusing mind, or this kind of some people come with a lot of arrogance that because they belong to a particular caste, and these kind of things will not help them. So they should be open to new ideas, understand and accept others, and be flexible to sit with people belonging to other caste and communities in the classroom. Treat them equally, accept in terms of when I go to the university, you know, when I complete this 2 years graduate education, so that kind of attitude is also for students. If they have a quite understanding of these things, definitely they will be very successful. Not only in my lecture, or because I'm sitting and online. Right. I think one of my colleagues has I reading English.
is generally take a text out, it is reading. You read and comprehend things from going deep because basically we today, is whenever millions watch and listen and know the so if you will be able to understand understand the knowledge given that particular text. New programs. He has named it India Reads. Maybe um, reading reactivate Indian readers as India Reads attitude towards the reading because we have a lot of so that reading benefits. You'll end up an idiot. There is no other way to put it. Like if you don't read, you will never become knowledgeable. So personal reading, personalized reading is very important. And again, students ask me, how many pages should I read? If you could read 50 to 200 pages per day or a period of 3 to 5 years, people will look at you. That's the kind of knowledge you will possess. Challenges. They have structure, grammar, you try to write it in English. No idea about writing infrastructures or different essay types. So, okay. So no one taught you how to write a cause and effect, how to write advantages and disadvantages, how to write a discussion essay, argumentative essay, how to write a paragraph. So these things are not taught to us. So how will we write? So these are areas where teachers should concentrate. In the first year of BA, in the very first semester, the students should have learned different writing infrastructures, how to write, how to organize, and how to present their own ideas in a very clear written language. Another challenge is do not have content to write. Like you don't know what to read, you don't know what to write.
So this is another very big challenge. Not having enough vocabulary, no systematic training in writing. Just I mentioned about that. An attitude towards writing. Writing is very difficult. Here I would like to tell you one thing, that we are finding it difficult to write. Or writing involves a lot of physical activity also. Why we don't write? We hate writing, or we are not very much motivated towards writing. I mean, the process of using your hand, picking up a pen or pencil, writing on a paper, it is a physical challenge. Why? Because today children are forced to write from the age of 2 or 2.5 years or 3. Stopped the students up to 3rd standard. They stopped writing. I stopped completely giving any written work to the students. And there was a lot of commotion. Physically, we human beings are not made for academics actually. So academics happen to be an accident in our life, and it has become the mainstay of our living, academics, learning. Okay, so writing, when you use your hand to write, it is a painful experience for children. Their hands are very tender. Their bones and veins are not strong enough to handle the physical demand of writing, but we force them to write. Over time, psychologically they become, or psychologically they hate writing. They don't tell you. If they tell you, you will beat them, or you will force them. You can't write to 1 page today. That kind of a force is exercised on them. That is one reason, the physical part of writing is hated by everyone. I hate it. Okay, so I'm happy with the computer, not with, though writing is very important. So these are the academic writing infrastructures. Just I mentioned a few minutes before. In the first year of BA, the students should be taught on these essays or these infrastructures. They should be thoroughly trained and tested on these things. If they get opportunity to learn this, definitely they will be able to do well, not only in English language classes, but also in other subjects, whatever subjects they are learning. Challenges in listening to English. So they are learning. Do not know how to listen. Same is the case with what I said before about reading. Don't know how to listen, how to comprehend. What do you do? Again, how to listen and understand a speech. Go to internet. You get a lot of ideas and how to understand, or ask your teachers. What to listen? Again, it is a personal preference. Whatever you are interested in, you can listen. Listen to political speech. If you are interested, go to National Geographic and watch or listen. Discuss movies. And do not know the impact of listening and speaking. This is another thing. There is a kind of input-output theories that are there in the language. Like human children or human cubs don't start speaking immediately. They need a lot of language input and training. And they listen to their parents first, siblings, grandparents, and other people who visit them. And over time, slowly they start speaking. A lot of input, 2, 3, 4 years of input is needed for them to speak their mother tongue. Then what about a foreign language? Or in the case of a second language. So if I use the term foreign language in India, people are very unhappy. They said that no, English is our second language. Okay, I agree. If it is a second language, so what? So listen to it, how to listen and understand. This, the more you listen, the more you speak. 3-4 years of continuous listening only will help you to be fluent in your whatever language you are, first language, second language, foreign language, or fourth or fifth language. Where and how to access listening materials. This some of the things I can discuss later in my presentation as part 3. Challenges in speaking English. Okay, are you bored? Are you all with me? Are you enjoying? Are you listening to me? So there is a problem. Content or knowledge. If you want to speak, otherwise, like speaking here is not our day-to-day chatting. I'm talking about purposeful conversation, engaging with your classmates, engaging your workplace, engaging with your colleagues, engaging with your superiors, engaging with your inferiors, engaging that you can share or have the ability. So even writing the words. So if you are learning the meaning, learn what is opposite of this particular this word and write few sentences or make few sentences with that particular word. Um, that, that word. That's how you add words into your how do you do it? You find ways and means to do it. I don't have any shortcut or grammar. Grammar important. Important. And over time you learn the grammar with a little bit of also. So when I ask my students, what they speak, I'm the best teacher. Student, the word nervousness, language, are overcome if teachers learn to ignore their mistakes. Now, this is another problem. And, instead of English, you don't know this, you don't know how to do this, you don't know how to pronounce this, you are stupid, you are not going to pass the exam, and a kind of, like continuous non-stop, I don't know what to say. So I have come across teachers who do this. I have come across teachers who even use their you come out of this, all those things, like come up in like that attitude. Stop and they should make mistakes, they don't learn anything. Perfection, attaining perfection in anything is, what shall I say? It is a psychological problem with some people. So it's a disease, I would say. Fear of making mistakes. So students have fear. Encourage them. Tell them that if they don't make mistakes, they don't learn. Fear of criticism. And when it comes from the teacher, it is deadly. It is very toxic. It is poison. So teachers criticizing students for their mistakes is a very big obstacle. There are many. Might have seen with this picture. I am going. Understanding something, how you can orient information. Overload of information. Are you talking? Thank you. Wonderful. Wonderful. Dr. Bula, can you update timeline? Okay, how to interpret this? Yes. What do you see? Picture. You a man and a cat. Okay. Is he carrying
Okay, that's a very good thing for work. Communicate time. Partly their nervous is content with some of the very basic questions. Can you tell me very quickly why they say yes? If they say no, it is serious. Why they say it is serious? It is in the maybe under the So I added critical thinking along with the 4 language skills in the beginning. So this is responsible are the problems that comes to you because you belong to a particular political minority or political majority. Is there any connection between a man's thought and his life? It is basically this picture is talking like is your own, you know. So this is how within 20, 30 minutes generate control our life. It is yes, exercise. So Act, students will involve virtual play this the sound. Let's just try once. The sound. Particular thing on.
Let's start asking about more different. First, listening. Speaking slowly and clearly. Easy or difficult? Next, you're listening to a native English speaker from Scotland who speaks with a Scottish accent and also uses a lot of slang and idiomatic English. What do you think? Would this be easy or difficult for you?
Okay, this one is a great resource actually. It gives you, if you can go to Oxford Online English, maybe spend an hour every day. It will help you a lot in improving your listening and speaking abilities. So initially it may be difficult. You may not be able to follow. These kind of resources teachers should introduce to students. Maybe at the end of each class. For this, the teachers should be curious and they should also do a lot of research and be ready with the resources and share the URL with the students at the end of the class. And emails. So these resources students can use, and even teachers can use in the class. Um, give students an opportunity to see these things. This one, next one is podcast. British Council. So mostly in India,
Welcome to this Learn English from Bristol. School. Right. Now let's ask the question. So Zara, which famous person, dead or alive, would you like to meet? I'd like to meet Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie? Great, good choice. Tell us a bit about her.
She's an American film actress. She was in...
Does it sound like English? Maybe initially students may be finding it very difficult, but over time you will really enjoy it. This is if you just type on the browser, you
Hello,
will get videos.
my name is Liz.
Yeah.
In this lesson, I'm going to look at the types of topics that the examiner could ask you in IELTS Speaking Part 1. And at the end of this lesson, I'll give you a link so that you can take a look at the topics and questions for yourself. The examiner will probably ask you about 12 different questions in Speaking Part 1. And these questions come from usually 3 different topics. These topics are all familiar topics. They're topics that are common to everybody throughout the world. Now, the first topic of these 3 usually comes from one of these. Work, study, home, or hometown. You will probably get one of them for your first topic. Work or study. Now, if the examiner decides to ask you about work or study, the first question that the examiner will ask is, do you work or do you study? Now, the examiner is asking this question only because he or she needs to know which is.
So that one is, the language is very clear, neutral, and anyone can understand that. So I don't think Indian students will have any difficulty, especially students from Tamil Nadu won't have any difficulty in understanding such clear language, neutral accent. So this is one great resource. Similarly, this is her website. So IELTS List is her website. You can go there and get a lot of materials that are very, very useful to you. Another one is this one, IELTS Speaking. This is also very good. You get it from YouTube.
If you need help with IELTS speaking and you need a band 7, 8, or even 9 in your IELTS speaking test.
Hi there. My name is Emma, and in today's lesson, we will be looking at how to do well on the speaking part of the IELTS. So the speaking part of the IELTS is divided up into 3 sections. Today, we're just going to be looking at eye contact. Okay, so don't look at your feet, don't look at your hands, look at the examiner. But you don't have to stare at them, okay? Just look at them.
So these videos are very good training material for teachers also. So don't think that, I have been teaching English for 30 years, why should I get trained again? It's not like that. The teaching methodology they follow are very effective and very efficient. Like if you follow some of these methods in your classroom, be it a language, part 2 language classroom or literature classroom, at any level, undergraduate, postgraduate, or even at research levels, it will be a great enhancement to your teaching. Another resource, very important resource for students, Voice of America. And earlier when I was a student, we used to sometimes listen to Voice of America radio. Now it is a very active internet resource. There are different levels, beginning level, intermediate level, and different also can advantage vocabulary. You know, like really serious. No need for us to excessively worry about it. They can process this better than us. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, very interesting series. Not only students. So I have come to the concluding part. So one of the most critical challenges in English language or literature teaching is how to motivate the learners. So this is one of the great challenges. Creating low anxiety environment in the classroom is another challenge for the teacher. How you can bring down the anxiety level of the students. Only way is to use the materials that are very thought-provoking, interesting, and challenging. Finally, all stakeholders should put their effort to improve. The management, the teachers, management should provide very good classroom infrastructure, provide them with internet, projectors and other necessary equipment that are needed to enhance the teaching and learning, and also providing a table and chair for the teachers to use. And in Tamil Nadu, when I visit most of the colleges, classrooms are without a table and chair for the teachers. So inhuman kind of treatment meted out with the learned. I mean, teachers are supposed to be the age of now having not teachers. That English learning environment full of energy. So this is my conclusion. Hope you all enjoyed my presentation. If you have any questions, maybe if time permits, another 10 minutes. Do you have any? Yeah. Switch on your microphone and speak, please.
Sir, good morning, sir. How to avoid our children from the uh, media nowadays, sir?
Okay, so you asked me a question, I should give an answer, but instead I ask you a question. Why do you need to do that?
Because you told we have to take care of which is internet is a dangerous one. But they are using every day for online class and all. But
Okay.
whether they are using for example, Voda class they are using. As a parent, we thought that being in Voda class. Sometimes their mindset has changed. So how can we monitor them to avoid these things?
Okay. So water is dangerous, isn't it? One glass of water, one bottle of water is not dangerous.
Yeah.
A swimming pool full of water. I think you have many lakes in your Nazareth. And rivers, you have Tamrabarani there when it runs full. Is it dangerous or not?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Do you stop using water? No. What do?
No.
You learn to manage the water. You learn to swim.
Yeah.
And you learn to swim. Not only you learn to swim, you also learn to learn when you should swim, isn't it?
Yeah.
The same strategy need to be taught to our children. Teach them
Yeah.
how to navigate safely, and also tell them if they don't follow safety rules, they'll be washed away. No one can save them.
Yeah.
So therefore, it is important to teach them. You cannot completely wean them away from internet, and if you do that, you are doing a great injustice to your children.
Yeah.
Provide mobile phone right from the childhood. Teach them how to use.
Sir,
Maybe small children before the age of 15, you can have specific time, internet, online time, mobile time. You can monitor, and you can install parental monitoring softwares. If they are using computers, you will get alert. And maybe you can ask the IT department of the college to provide a seminar for you on how to, install safety measures on the mobiles. And also another very easy method is, go through their browsing history each week.
Okay.
And some children are smart, they delete it.
Yeah.
But you can go to their, first register them on Google account, and then register their mobile through that. Even if they delete from the mobile, you can go to Google history on your computer, log in and check whether they are on the right path.
Yeah. Sir,
There is
the
no
addiction
other.
is the addiction may vary, sir. Like my child especially, he addicted when advertisement comes. No, he didn't do
Yes.
anything else. He wanted to run out of towards the hall, and stood there at least 5 minutes. He wanted to watch it again and again. That same advertisement, especially in car. So these are the
They are visual learners. Advertisement have a very lasting impact.
yeah.
So you can provide, what you can do is when advertisements are given, ask them some questions. What you learn from that? Why are you so attracted? Can you compare this advertisement and another advertisement and tell us which one is better? Why it is better? And they will open up and start talking to you, so that you are interested in what they are watching. If you become, like if you can't, what shall I say? If you can't stop them, you join them.
Yes.
Yeah, that's only way. If you become a partner to whatever.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you. First of all, I
Yeah.
want to ask the question: what are the app are available to restrict their watching through Voda class, any other classes, whether they are seeing the class or not watching any other things? Very thank you. There are various apps available. You told. Thank you for that. I will do it. I'll take care of that, sir.
And also, the mobile or computer usage time, if it is done in a common call, you also do it. They also do it. In an open space, anyone can. Or if you are doing it closed doors, they will do it closed doors. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is one. Yeah. So
Yeah.
how open you are? Yeah.
Oh,
Your openness will encourage them to be more open.
yeah. We all together always. Thank you.
Yeah. Joy, Sophie, sir, the advent of AI and ChatGPT, how do you think they can enhance the process of English learning? So I don't want anyone to ask me this question. Yeah, it's a lot of work to answer this. Artificial intelligence and ChatGPT. Of course, I use AI integrated Grammarly for my editing purposes. Sometimes I evaluate PhD thesis. Just I opened my PhD thesis on the thesis I received on Grammarly, so it shows the errors and all very quickly. I need not spend a lot of time. That way, it is very helpful. Some of the programs like ChatGPT is a danger. I think it is a danger in a sense that over time it will stop us from thinking. One example I can give you is that, before I started using mobile, I can remember at least 50, 60 car numbers, registration numbers. When I drive from my village to Nagargoil and back, or when I go to Kanyakumari and come back, I can just read the number and say, oh, whether my uncle is crossing, my friend is crossing me, who is crossing me, just looking at the number plates. And I remembered more than 100 telephone numbers of relatives, friends of, just from my mind, I can just, I remember to dial my uncle, I will dial. He had the, ringer and the button phone and things like that. Now I don't remember my wife's number. If someone is asking, I have to check. Please don't tell her. I'll be in trouble. So this is how we have become. So any automated thing is going to be a big challenge for human people. How much you can use, how much is, again, there is no prescription for that. A dosage may differ with different people. With ChatGPT, once there is something which substitute your thinking and provides ready-made answers, ready-made essays, ready-made PhD thesis, then where is your thinking? Over time, I am afraid that we will lose our ability to think. And even for smaller thing, whether I need to drink water now, you may have to ask your mobile phone. Now already apps are there which will alert you, oh, it is time to drink water. You are not hydrated enough. Today you have not taken 3 liter. You have taken only 1.5 liter. 1.5 liter water. You have to read more, which happens automatically as a human. Our body should tell us. Our biological clock is changed. So this is one thing that happens. And over time, our creativity will be lost. But is there any escape from it? No. You have to live with it. Now, what I suggest to my students is that when I ask them to write an advantages and disadvantages essay, give them a topic as a homework, I tell them, please don't use ChatGPT. Bring a ready-made essay. I can just one look, I can say that. I ask them to write one essay. Then put this on ChatGPT. Have a printout of what you have written. Then take one from ChatGPT. Compare the language usage, where you went wrong, where you need to improve yourselves. If you are teaching them how to use this for a better or teaching a better learning methodology using it, it is okay. But over time, this is going to overtake you. You will become addicted to it. And because today, after using Grammarly for the past 5-6 years, I have lost my confidence in writing a paragraph. So whenever now I write something, email or anything, it is my Grammarly account is connected with all my other accounts, Google, my Yahoo, my Gmail. So I can't write without, checking the language. So I used to write very well without all these applications. Now I'm dependent on this application to make sure that what I write is correct. So therefore, it is very addictive. I'm also thinking of many ways of learning and studying the situation, and I'm yet to come to any kind of conclusions. We are going to live with it. It is not going to go away. But the people who created these programs, they themselves are opposed to. They say that don't use it. World is not ready enough to use these apps. Business is, at the end of the day, it is business. Whether it is war, whether it is education, whether it is your food, everything is business. So we have to live with it. How to overcome from overthinking when we are studying? Avinash, yeah, student. This is again, achieving a focus on something is how you motivate and generate a kind of interest in your own self. People say that yoga helps to regulate your mind and focus on particular, and also yoga helps you to recycle your thoughts in a better way. That may help one way. Then focused purposeful reading or focused purposeful viewing of videos, that can also help you to control. But again, this is not easy. For example, I know a young lawyer who is working on international human rights now. He is very much affected by the problems he read and human sufferings about genocide, how genocide is created or how it is executed, all these patterns. It is very difficult for us today to detach ourselves and stop thinking much about it. So I always advise him to, divert his mind and maybe watch a movie. When you have excess overthinking, divert your mind, watching a movie or go out for a long walk. Even then, it is a bit of challenge. So you must learn to deal with this by yourself. Some things may help, but at the end of the day, it is you who is going to learn it, to manage it, or you are going to manage it. Any other questions? Shall we wind it up? Are there any organizers available there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Let me end my PowerPoint presentation. Stop presenting.
Thank you, sir, for keeping the participants lively with your presentation and for patiently answering their questions. Thank you for teaching us to teach with a new perspective, pouring out your experiences. Thank you so much, sir, for your efficient and engaging speech. All's well that ends well. Now comes Dr. Mary Stella, Assistant Professor of English, one of the organizers of the program, to end the session with a vote of thanks.
Thank you.
Good afternoon to all. The smallest act of kindness is worth more than the grandest intention, said by Oscar Wilde. On behalf of English Research Department Nazareth Margosius College, I take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks to those who have directly and indirectly contributed to this webinar on challenges in teaching and learning English language and literature organized by our department. At the outset, I thank our chief guest and resource person, Dr. Justin James. We are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence for making excellent presentation and making this webinar interesting and meaningful. Thank you so much, sir. We are thankful to our Honorable Secretary, Mr. S. Prem Kumar Rajasingh, for his motivation. I would like to thank our principal, Dr. B. Jawahar Samuel, for his enthusiastic support. I thank all the people who have participated overwhelmingly and making this event success. I would like to thank the coordinators of all the events for making this webinar a great success. Once again, I thank all for your cordial cooperation. Thank you all. Thank you.
So, thank you very much. Shall I leave?
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you, sir.
someone has asked me for my PPT. I don't know whether I can share it here. I'll try. Let me. But I don't know. However,
Sir, if you share that to us, we'll share that in the group we have formed. Sir.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
Right. See you. Thanks for the opportunity. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, dear participants, for your support and participation. And with this, we end the session. And those who are presenting papers, you can join the links sent to you after 10 minutes, and you can present your papers. Kindly fill the feedback link sent in the group. It is also sent in the in-call messages. Kindly fill the feedback form. Thank you.